And I have to admit I've been a very bad boy because I was shopping flower bulbs. You see, we had a little snow, but this won't harm these because they're all perennials except the gladioli. And I'm just unpacking them. They're all made by De Holland, and they are on the better side of these pre-packed flower bulbs with a capper or a color picture, because they I'm buying from them since 2002, I believe, since I was working in a flower bulb wholesale company, because we bought directly from them, and now I'm buying from other retailers. And I really like this cultivar because it's Trader Horn, and this was the key cultivar which my grandmother liked, which was in her garden, and she passed away almost a decade ago, and I would like to remember her when I see this flower. So this is a very important cultivar. The other red one is Oscar. It's also a very popular one. That was my other grandmother's cultivar, so we're going to have both red cultivars, which are very common and popular in our garden this year. And De Holland has like 85 to 90% true to name cultivars. This is a 10-12, so the circumference of the bulb is between 10 and 12 centimeters. And I also prepared my name tags, so Trader Horn, and I'm going to repack them in these wonderful Dutch net bags. They have very good inventions. The Dutch people are very clever and inventive, and they invented these net bags, and it's perfect for storing flower bulbs which need dry storage. And I'm going to check for pests and diseases because, you know, bad things can happen to bulbs. So this is a nice gladioli. These are the stolons because the gladioli have corms, so it looks like a bulb from the outside. When you cut it, it's like a tuber, and these are called corms. And the gladioli have little short stolons, and they have these cormlets, or in Netherlands kralen. And of course the grower get them off because they are not sellable size, and they are going to regrow the cultivars from these small cormlets. So here's that one. It's probably dead because of fusarium. When you smell fusarium and it's fresh, the plant just recently started to die, it smells like vinegar, and later on, when the bulb mummifies, or the corm in this case, it smells like dried fruit or banana. So that one's dead. The other ones look okay, and I'm just going to clean these bulbs. Corms, because botanically that's accurate. Bulb is accurate in the trade or in the garden setting. So I'm not afraid that they're going to freeze because it's +1 degrees Celsius, so it's already thawing. And this will go in the trash, not on the compost, because fusarium can live with their chlamydospores for decades in compost. Okay, I set this one aside, and my next is yellow matrix, and I like these short lilies. These are very nice, but they packed two, so that's really strange for a person who is a professional horticulturist or a hobby gardener, because everybody knows that when you plant a plant, you plant 1, 3, 5, 7, or over 7, 10, 15, something like that, and it's 2. So The package says the bulbs are 12-14. I know that Matrix is not 12-14 in circumference because it's a dwarf plant, so it's only going to grow about 30 centimeters tall or a foot in Imperial. And that's the only measurement I can remember in Imperial. I'm sorry, I live and die for the metric system. I'm a scientist and I have to use it all the time. So these are, I bought them because, you know, in my last video I told you that when you have these bulbs and they are lily bulbs and they are packed dry, or sometimes they pack them in sawdust or wood shavings, this is also not the perfect way to pack a lily bulb, because you see the roots are already dead. This is last year's stem, and I know because these bulbs will grow fine for me because they arrived early this week or early last week, because, you know, I have to upload the video and stuff like that. So this is an okay bulb. I have already all the matrix, yellow, red and orange matrix in my garden, but for lilies too much is never enough. So okay, this one's nice. It still has more or less living basil roots, but I try to get the wood shavings out from the scales because it tends to rot, and it's not great when something's rotting between the scales of your beautiful flowers. Okay, orange matrix. Yeah. Oh, this is a big bag, and I have some leftover bulbs, dirt in the bag. Okay, so this might be a 10 in circumference, but this cultivar doesn't grow big bulbs because it's a very dwarf cultivar, so it's okay that it's on the smaller size. Okay, this one is very nice, more or less firm. Already has a shoot. And if a scale breaks down, I'm not worried. I'm just going to plant it because it's most likely going to regenerate a small scale bulblet, and I will just have more of these. And you know me, I love lilies, so it's not an issue for me to have a lot of lilies. Okay, trash here. Red matrix is the next one. Nice pictures, but only 2 bulbs, so well, we can't have everything in life, can we? And it's raining a little bit, but it's fine. It's February. I'm fine with rain unless it rains cats and dogs, because cats and dogs are digging and I don't like animals digging in my garden. It's my garden, only I can dig. So, well, this is not, maybe 9, 10 on the size, because it's a little bit smaller than I expected, but it's okay. It will grow fine, it will flower fine. I have this cultivar in my garden for more than 3 years now, so it's okay. I'm going to put them up after I soak them in fungicide. That's why I'm packing them in these net bags. And this one is my most favorite plant, Eryngium alpinum, and I tried this several times. It has a taproot, and it's very sensitive for moisture when it finished flowering. And Eryngiums are insect magnets, so all kinds of insects like to visit the flowers, butterflies, wasps, bees, and yeah. So this one is packed in peat. I chose the biggest one because all the rest have been only one little root, and this one will flower nicely for me. And it's packed in moist peat. So this is an excellent first-class bare root plant. And a little Dutch sand, it's okay. It's packed nice. And it should not be planted too deep, so I try to plant it this deep in a very light sandy soil, or with a soil with a lot of perlite in it, because it really doesn't like moisture. And you see these bumps on the roots, and it's because this plant can be propagated by root cuttings. So if I would cut this down and plant it, it will regenerate shoots from these bumps. But maybe it's also infected with Meloidogena, a nematode, which makes these bumps on the roots. We will see. We will see later this year when I repot them and see if we have these bumps on the hair root, root hairs. Okay, so this will also have a fungicide drench. So, okay, I hope you learned something new, and of course you can always like and subscribe or leave a comment, ask a question. I try to answer it, and thank you for your attention. See you next time. Goodbye.